Remind you that we've been having the Overture series on Thursday nights on concert weeks over at Symphony Hall in the education facility. There will not be one of those in December. We will not do another Overture Thursday night until February, but we do have an Overture concert in January, and we'll be releasing a lot of information about that on social media and on our website over the coming weeks. So if you have not attended an Overture Series event, I would encourage you to keep an eye out for that. Check out our website or call the office for that concert. It's on January 24th at Symphony Hall. We haven't done a January concert in years and years because we were afraid of the snow. We are no longer afraid. I probably cursed it, didn't I, when I said that? Symphony Hall is also available for events, and we have a new page on our website that you can visit and fill out a form if you're interested in hosting an event at Symphony Hall. And speaking of Symphony Hall, we have a Paducah Christmas, which is our choral Christmas program, at 4 p.m. on the first Sunday in December, and I believe that is the 7th, if I remember correctly. I meant to look before I came out here, but I don't have my phone to look at the calendar right now. But it's the first Sunday in December at 4 p.m. at Symphony Hall. And Christmas tickets are selling fast. Please don't wait to get those. It will be a sellout. There are a few left, so we would encourage you to get on our website and select your seats as soon as possible. And lastly, our signature fundraiser for the Father-Daughter Dance is coming up in the spring, and tickets go on sale on December 1st. So lots to remember in December. We hope to see you at a number of events. Please enjoy the concert tonight. Welcome. It's going to be a great evening.
Good evening and welcome. Tonight I've put together a program, begins with Beethoven. Beethoven's Leonore Overture number 3. Now Beethoven wrote only one opera, Fidelio. It's a very successful opera. And Leonore, the lead character, he wrote the overture to Leonore, number 1, but wasn't satisfied with the overture, didn't use it in the opera. So he wrote a second Leonore number 2. That didn't really seem to work for him as well. So finally we arrive at number 3, not a success. So Fidelio, the opera, has an overture now called Fidelio. This is a standalone overture that is absolutely fabulous. You hear real Beethoven in every aspect of his writing, and he's foretelling the future in all his wonderful symphonies. And you can actually hear the peasantry in the overture itself, because you'll actually hear what Beethoven might have heard in his hometown with military calls by trumpeters in the distance. So keep your ears open and listen for where the trumpet player will be. Next, we have Ravel, the great composer Maurice Ravel. his Piano Concerto in G. This is a virtuosic piece, and this piece was a concept that when Ravel actually wrote that when he came to the United States, because he wanted to meet George Gershwin. Believe it or not, American music, George Gershwin. Here comes Maurice Ravel from France, wants to meet Gershwin, and they hung out together. Matter of fact, Ravel wanted to take lessons with Gershwin. And when Gershwin heard the music of Ravel, he says, no, 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 I should be taking lessons from you. Now, they were hanging out, going to the Savoy, they're going clubbing in New York because, you know, Gershwin had one foot in Tin Pan Alley and the other foot in Carnegie Hall. Wanted to be taken seriously as a composer, but jazz was his thing. The 20s, the 30s, that Charleston, that kind of feel, and we hear it in the Rhapsody in Blue all the time. Now, in this Ravel, in G, you're going to hear moments when you think you're hearing Rhapsody in Blue of George Gershwin. That's how big an influence it is. It's lovely music. The second half, and it's being played by an incredible international professional pianist, Roman Rabinovich. He's an absolute fantastic pianist that's traveling the globe right now, so we're lucky to have him here. I've worked with him many times with other orchestras, so I'm happy to have Roman here. You're going to be delighted by his playing. The second half opens up with a young virtuosic pianist. She's the ripe age of 14. She comes from an organization that I'm proud to be a conductor of, from virtual concert halls, and I'm also one of the judges. And this is a global organization that allows people to audition around the world, and if they're selected to be like a Carnegie Hall candidate or selected by orchestras, and I'm proud to say that I'm and the Paducah Symphony is one of the short list of orchestras in the world, including the orchestras in Cairo, in Israel, everywhere around the world right now. This is really an amazing opportunity for us. And they actually pay for the soloists to be here. We pay nothing for them. But it gives people, it's connecting the world in making it much smaller because there's talent everywhere. And you're going to hear this by Ayla Moreno, who is absolutely phenomenal. And playing the Liszt Totentanz is a monster of a piece because Franz Liszt was a monster of a pianist and wrote this as a virtuosic piece to show how great he was. And you're going to see tonight how great she is at 14 years old. And I just was thinking as I'm conducting the rehearsals, what was I doing at 14? It wasn't that. And then we close with Sir Edward Elgar's Enigma Variations. And this is an amazing piece because the Enigma is simply about these 14 variations. And what he did was, it's like me looking around saying, okay, I'm going to write a movement about you. And I'm going to write a movement about you. And I'm writing a movement about you because these are all my friends. You're all my friends. And I want to describe you in music. And he does that beautifully. One is about himself. One is about his lovely and his dear wife that he loves beautifully, and you can tell by the music. There's one by that quirky friend that we don't really introduce to many people. I know we all have it. It's that weird uncle that comes only for Thanksgiving, you know, that kind of thing. But it's a really wonderful piece. And the Enigma basically is, even though each movement and each variation, they're very short and they attacca together quickly, the Enigma is, in his own words, don't worry about it, just simply enjoy the piece. Here it is, a beautiful performance put together with Beethoven starting us off.